Hi everyone, Eric Nelson here once again, and thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. For today, I am back with another book review on J. Conrad's Isle of Apples. Now, before I get into this book review, I would like to say that this is the third and final chapter of the series of J. Conrad's books. This is number 3. So in case you haven't seen the other book reviews that I had actually done on her other two, please go all the way back to my earliest videos, and which is for J. Conrad's first book, which was a lake a lake I'm sorry, it was Lake Kierwick. That should have been published on April of 2013. And her second book of this series, which is called The Space Between Worlds, that's actually the very previous review of this one, so it's the one right before this. So please, if you haven't read the other two books, or if you haven't seen the other two reviews, please stop this one and go right back to the other two. And I highly suggest that you read the actual books first, because all three of these books are well worth the read, because it's so descriptive and so full of character development and of course entertainment that it seems like you're just imagining. You are imagining what's going on in all three of the books in your own mind. It's like your eyes, even though you are reading, it's like at least from my own experience, it's like you are seeing a movie, in your mind, of course, but it's like you're reading, but you're not even realizing it because you're having so much fun. I know I'm being a little, maybe I'm not exaggerating. I know it seems like I am, but I'm really not. So if you have seen the other two reviews, or if you've read the other two books, this book is basically the grand finale of Bridget and Selena as they head off into the sunset, as I say, in this book. But are they with Paul? Well, if you've read the Space Between Worlds, you should know that it is revealed that Paul had a real strong connection between Bridget and Selena, and because of that, they the, their friendship is on the rocks, and of course they have the desire to try to repair it because they have been friends for so long. So what do they do to repair it? Well, they have to repair the future. And how do they repair the future? Well, it's quite obvious. They just have to create a new one. And how do they actually do that? Well, they have to go back into time. So it sounds like your typical sci-fi story, huh? Well, no, not with this one, because as we all know, if you read the other two books, when you have well-developed characters like this who pretty much have their own very well organized personal stories, it just makes up for the fact that yes, it does sound like a typical like a typical time machine story, but it's really not. So believe me, once you get into, not, of course, if you haven't read the other two books, please do, because then you'll be completely lost. And that's just exactly how Bridget and Selena feel in this book. They are completely lost. They have to go back in time to try to repair their friendship in the future. They have to do a lot of research in order to actually do that. But, as they go deeper and deeper into the past to try to get more answers, the ultimate question is asked. Can you just write one more book with Bridget and Selena, please? Jamie Conrad. And if you have time, you can add Paul to like a one scene or another. So you guys can get this book anywhere on Amazon or anywhere else. And of course, let's hope that there is one more book after this, because after reading 3 books with the Bridget and Selena, well, I mean not literally with them, but reading them in 3 different books, yeah, I'm sure it's just like reading any other type of series, maybe like a Harry Potter series where now I haven't read every Harry Potter book, but I'm sure if somebody has, and then once they read the last one, they just feel a strong connection with Harry Potter. And although I think it is a little weird, well, of course, here I am saying that I feel some sort of a connection with Bridget and Selena, but I think that's because I read 2 other books before this, so maybe that's why. So, as I said, you can get this book anywhere, and I hope to see you all at the bookstore or the iBookstore.